Hello everyone, let's learn about the story Kronos, the Time Lord and the pride of Zeus. Before entering this fascinating story, please give yourself a like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's begin. Have you ever stopped to consider the power of time? The silent force that governs our lives, marking each moment of joy, sorrow, success, and failure. Time, it's an omnipresent factor in our lives. It's there, ticking away in the background, a constant pulse in the rhythm of life. We're all subject to its sway, from the smallest microbe to the mightiest of beings. And yet, it's so much more than a mere measure of existence. In the hands of the ancient Greeks, time took on a persona of its own, a deity with unparalleled dominion, a being known as Kronos. Kronos, in the grand tapestry of Greek mythology, was more than just a god. He was the embodiment of time itself. He was the master of moments, the lord of epochs, the king of the continuum. His reign was absolute, his control over the world unchallenged. As the king of time, he held an unmatched power, wielding authority over every aspect of existence. In every story of power and greatness, there is always a rival. For Kronos, this rival came from his own bloodline, his son Zeus. As Kronos' reign extended, his rule became increasingly oppressive. The once benevolent lord of time had become a despot, using his power to suppress and control. The world groaned under his tyranny, and discontent began to stir in the hearts of the other gods. Among them, Zeus, the son of Kronos, felt a growing sense of unease. He saw the world in the grip of his father's merciless rule, and his heart ached for the suffering of his subjects. He yearned for change, for a world free from the shackles of Kronos' rule. But Zeus knew he could not challenge Kronos alone. The Lord of Time was too powerful, his control over the world too absolute. So, Zeus sought allies among his fellow gods. He reached out to them, his words resonating with their own discontent. They spoke of a world free from Kronos' tyranny, where time could be a gift, not a weapon. They dreamed of a realm where the gods could rule in harmony, not under the iron fist of a single lord. United in their common goal, they pledged their support to Zeus, forming an alliance to overthrow Kronos. The seeds of rebellion were sown. Zeus and his allies began to plan, to strategize, each move carefully calculated to ensure their success. They knew the battle against Kronos would be fierce, the stakes high. But they were ready to risk everything for the chance of a better future. As their plans took shape, anticipation filled the air. The gods held their breath, the world held its breath, even time seemed to hold its breath. The stage was set for a battle of epic proportions, a clash that would shake the very foundations of time itself.
A battle between a father and the son, with the power of time as the ultimate weapon. This was no ordinary confrontation. In the epic world of Greek mythology, the clash between Kronos, Lord of Time, and his son, Zeus was a fierce struggle of cosmic proportions. Imagine a battlefield where every second is a weapon, where time itself could bend and twist at the limit of the balance. This was the domain of Kronos, the master of time, the god whose every heartbeat echoed the rhythm of the universe. Kronos wielded his power with a ruthless precision, manipulating each moment to his advantage. He could make time stand still or speed it up at his command. His attacks were swift and relentless, a barrage of temporal assaults that sought to crush Zeus under the weight of eternity. Yet despite wielding such immense power, Kronos was not invincible. Zeus's son stood against him with unwavering determination. He was not a master of time like his father, but Zeus possessed the might of his own. His strength was not in bending the moments, but in enjoying them and pushing through every second, every minute, every hour. He met each of Kronos' attacks head-on, refusing to yield, refusing to falter. The battle raged on a duel of time and tenacity. Kronos, with his power of time, sought to control or dominate, to crush, but Zeus, with his relentless determination, stood firm. He was a beacon of resistance against the tyranny of time, a symbol of hope for those who had suffered under Kronos' rule. In this epic battle of power and perseverance, there were no bystanders, only witnesses to a struggle that would shape the cosmos. The echoes of their clash reverberated through the ages, a testament to their titanic battle. In the end, even time could not prevent the inevitable. The once omnipotent Kronos was defeated. For all his power, Kronos could not escape the one truth that governs all things, even God's come. For the Lord of Time was vanquished not by another god's power, but by the unyielding spirit of his own son.
The downfall of a god is a sight to behold. For Kronos, his defeat was not just a personal loss, but a symbolic end to his reign over time. The once mighty Kronos, the Lord of Time, found himself outmatched and outmaneuvered by his own flesh and blood, Zeus. The clash of titans was epic, but Zeus, fueled by the desire to free the world from his father's iron grip, proved too strong for Kronos. Despite his command over time, Kronos couldn't halt the inevitable. The scales tipped in Zeus' favor, marking the beginning of the end for Kronos' reign. Zeus, the sun, the rebel, the usurper, stood triumphant. He had dethroned his father, liberated the world, and in doing so, he had ushered in a new era. An era where the gods would rule with benevolence, not tyranny. The era of Zeus had begun. But what of Kronos, the fallen god, the master of time who had been dethroned? In a twist of fate, the defeated Kronos was cast deep into the earth, banished from the heavens he once ruled. Sealed away, Kronos was no longer a threat, no longer a king, no longer the Lord of Time. He was just a memory, a shadow of his former self. Yet, the end of Kronos' rule was not the end of his influence. His name echoed through the ages, a stark reminder of the power of time and the transient nature of rulership. His downfall served as a lesson, a warning to those who would let ambition cloud their judgment. The story of Kronos is a tale of power, ambition, betrayal, and redemption. It shows us that even gods can fall, that time spares no one, and that every reign has an end. It is a testament to the ever-changing nature of existence and the cyclical nature of time. Kronos' reign was over, but his legacy was far from forgotten. His story continues to inspire, to caution, and to remind us of the fleeting nature of power and the relentless march of time. Every story, every legend, leaves behind a legacy, and the legacy of Kronos. It's a potent reminder of the power and cruelty of time. In the annals of Greek mythology, the tale of Kronos is one that reverberates through the ages. A deity of time, a ruler with an iron fist, and a father betrayed by his own offspring. His legacy is a timeless testament to the paradox of time itself, a force that creates and destroys in equal measure. The story of Kronos is a stark reminder of how time, in its relentless march forward, wields an unyielding power. It births, it nurtures, and it destroys. It spares no one, not even the gods themselves. Kronos, despite being the master of time, fell prey to its relentless passage. His rule, once unchallenged, was eventually overthrown by the very sun he sought to suppress. And yet, the story of Kronos also serves as a lesson on the creative force of time. It was time that allowed Zeus to rise, to gather his strength, and to eventually dethrone his father. Time is a catalyst for change, for progress. It gives room for new ideas to flourish, for old regimes to crumble, and for the cycle of life to continue its eternal dance. The tale of Kronos is also a warning against the hubris of power. Kronos, in his thirst for control, lost sight of his humanity, of his fatherhood. His reign was marked by fear and oppression, ultimately leading to his downfall. Time has a way of humbling the mighty, of reminding us all of our mortality and fallibility. In the grand tapestry of time, Kronos serves as a stark reminder, a reminder of time's relentless march, its power, and its inevitable, unyielding cruelty. His legacy, like the ticking of a clock, reminds us that time waits for no one, that it is a force to be respected, and that we must make the most of the moments we are given. Thank you for watching our video. If you find it interesting, remember to subscribe to our channel to get more fascinating insights about history and mythology.